So, this is our character. This is what he'll look like in pretty much starter gear. I chose the fluffy tail, just because it's fluffy and awesome. I chose the pipe because, why wouldn't you? I also did some adjustments to the face, which you can probably not see, but I did like tweak a bit of things, like cheekbones, nose. That nose looks pretty, you know, unique. I did the eyes a bit, so voice, I'm just gonna go with that one. The name of our character shall be Apalexian, just because that's my username for pretty much any MMO I do. For the last like 5 years I've chosen that name. So right now we're gonna get a starter cinematic, so I'm gonna shut up for it. Well, actually no, we're going to go to the play screen. So this is our new character. And now we should get the starter cinematic, which I will shut up for so you can listen to it. Hopefully I also have subtitles on. So yeah. If I don't, I'll switch them on in the next episode.
There it is! The Island of Dawn! Now we'll see some action!
Patience, recruit. Whatever's on that island wiped out the first expedition. It's a graveyard for the arrogant.
Ha! A graveyard for anyone who dares to cross swords with me, maybe. Who's with me?
Count me in. On the day I heard about a mysterious island rising out of the sea, I dreamed I'd see it for myself.
Then you need more ambitious dreams, my friend. Mysterious island equals ancient treasures. Equals the perfect place for me.
By the Titans, that island is huge.
Enough chatter, recruits. Get down there and report for duty. For the Federation.
So this is basically our character, and welcome to the first starter island of the world of Tera. Now before we get into questing and whatnot, I need to explain a few things about how Tera is unique. As you can see, as always, we have a skill bar, but what is crosshair and what does it do? Well, as you can see, our current skills are left click, which is an auto attack, and right click, which is an evade. So unlike other MMOs where you focus on one mob, for example, and you do like your skills and it's auto targeted, in Tera you actually have to skill shot your way through. So we would aim all of our skills at a certain place. As you can see, Tera has actually a pretty cool player base of friendly people. So yeah. Anyway, we should really get to our first mission. Actually, before that, let me show you what the perks of this Popori race are. We have the Botanist, increases plant gathering speed. We have the Friendly Current, your swimming speed is faster than other races. We also have a speed boost, increases your non-combat movement by 50. We also have two actives, which are Popori only. Horizon Run, your speed increases by 20 for 3 minutes outside of combat. And Soothing Presence, cast time instant, cooldown 1 hour. For this one it was cast time instant, cooldown 30 minutes. And for this one, monsters do not make primitive attacks, but your movement speed decreases by 40% for 1 minute. Effect immediately disappears when you use a skill or item when combat starts. So basically this is for, you know, going your way through mobs who you don't want to aggro, but you do move slower. So let us grab our first quest. New recruits. The Federation has pulled out of here. Are you sure you got your orders right? Dawn's Twilight. I don't think I'll be reading every, you know, skill thing, but I will be, like, giving you a few seconds to pause and read it yourself, because if I read everything, it will be quite lengthy. Right, let's get our quest. So the reward is 50 copper, 500 XP. Right, the currency in this is bronze, silver, I'm pretty sure this is bronze, silver, and gold. You also get a speed potion and a Kina's bandage right now. Speed potion can actually sell for quite a nice price in the auction house.
Give me a sec.
But that's a bit.
I hope you stick around.
That's a bit later. So if you want, just pause and read it. Okay. Just tell me what to do.
Hey, what?
Making the rounds. For this we get, you know, some pretty good stuff. And we get first achievement. Now, I should probably also explain that, unlike most MMOs, in this one, when you press the escape button, you will go to this menu. You won't go to like the menu where you can log out and stuff. Usually you would go to the system menu. However, for this one, you go to your general menu and you can roam around with your mouse. So you have your profile, which is basically a character, skills, which is your skills, quest log, you have your inventory, the map menu, and you have the activities menu, emotes, enchant, achievements, supply shop, all of this I'll explain later. Social, which is pretty self-explanatory, you have your guild. You also have the Tera shop. Tera is not a pay-to-win, what you would say. Tera shop is basically for your costumes, your cooldowns and stuff. You can fully play Tera without paying for it right now, as it is F2P, which I will hopefully show you guys in this Let's Play. So, let's go to the quest, which is actually right here. And as you can see, you would be like, oh my god, what is this? This is actually a very useful thing in Tera. It is the minimap. And if I was to, for example, get a quest like this, I could click on it, and then I could click on this hyperlink, and it would light up on my minimap where I have to go. I will show you a bit more of the minimap when we actually get to this location. So we can actually use horizon run to increase our speed here by, you know, outside of combat, since we are outside of combat, so let's do that. And increase our speed to get to this quest a bit faster. So here's the quest, making the rounds. A head count, okay, read it. I can do that. Right, we can also get this quest for her, which the yellow means it's an optional, but it's a good idea to do optional for XP and whatnot and different items. And this is where we get our first taste of combat. Before we actually start combat, I should also mention that you can play Tera with a controller. You can just attach your Xbox controller to it, to your computer, and Tera will recognize it. I'm not gonna do this because I don't feel that it's comfortable playing with controllers, to be honest. A lot of people have a different opinion, but basically look at the minimap. I click on this quest, I have to kill these things. I click, and it shows me all the mobs in this area, which are satisfy my skill, which is pretty darn useful. So as you can see, instead of actually staying in one place and using abilities or something, I am actually clicking to attack. Let me just my audio, let me just turn that down a bit so you can actually hear me. Okay. So, now it would be pretty long if we were standing here hitting one for about half an hour, so let's just get... I mean, it's starter mobs, they're not gonna do anything to you if you aggro two of them. And you can like jump out of the way and stuff. Why isn't that one getting hit? I don't know what was happening here. And we are now level 2, so we leveled up. And there's also the skill system if you've ever played Lord of the Rings Online. So for getting the skills is somewhat like that. You need to go to a trainer and pay him a bit of gold to get your skill. You still require the level for the skill, but unlike WoW, the skill doesn't just magically pop up, someone has to train it to you. Which in my opinion is pretty logical, to be honest. So, we've completed this quest. We have to give this in to Dulari, who's actually the person we're going to anyway, for our main quest. You also get these tutorials, they're pretty useful if you're a first time playing. You can read them. It explains basically how to move, how to fight, stuff like that, your basic MMO stuff and tutorials. If you're a new player, I would suggest reading through, the first 4. After that, they give you, at different levels, they may also give you explanations for, enchanting, for example, which I will also explain when we get to that. So here's Dulari, the researcher. The star marks that this is a quest, which is complete, so we can basically get our reward straight away if we click. As you can see, we got our reward. If there's a question mark, it means that it's a stage in the quest, so you still have to do something to complete the actual quest. An exclamation mark means a fresh new quest, which you may want to accept to get experience or items. Now, items from quests are not as good as items from, for example, instances. Instances are your basic dungeons. However, instance system is also different in Tera, but we will get into that later when we actually have any instances to do. I think the first instance is in the area of the lock, I'm pretty sure. It's the Bastion of Lock. I'm not sure how to pronounce it again. You write it L-O-K, so yeah.
Cross paths again, I'm sure. Watch your enemy. Don't watch.
So as you can see here, we can learn the skills, and it will cost us 37 bronze coins. So let's learn it.
You want to be strong? Then practice more.
Okay, so we've done that. And once again, we want Norikite. So we click on the quest, we click on Norix, and we do the quest. By the way, if you guys have any suggestions on what I should do for the videos, maybe I was thinking, because it's gonna get pretty boring if I just show you how I grind, you know, several mobs over and over again, because some quests are repetitive. I might just show you basically the progression on this character and the main storyline quest which I do, or like, you know, significant events, and not really show you the grinding of the optional quests which I do, which could be pretty boring. You know, I mean, it's basically killing. It does get much harder in further levels. You know, you do get a lot more skills, and there's something called the chain skill. Right now we only have one skill, so there's not really a chain. However, when you have a lot of skills, when you activate one, a bar might pop up saying, if you press spacebar, you can do this skill, and due to it being chained, it will be much faster for you to, you know, press it into a chain without actually activating it by its own. This means that you can potentially destroy a mob in seconds, really, instead of having to fight him, for example, a minute. Or you can destroy a group. So I think this is where we'll conclude the first video. If you liked it, leave a like, you know, subscribe for future videos, and have a nice day.